Hello, everyone. This is my normal, regular welcome to the From the Board session, which describes to you what happened at our board meeting on the 8th of June. We had a really inspirational story to start the whole day off. We have, in each of our meetings, we have a story either from our patients or from our staff. This time it was from our staff. We had Phil, a rotational physiotherapist, come to tell us about his experience of being neurodiverse at PAHT and how he lives and works with dyslexia and ADHD. He describes these as his superpowers. He came with Aaron, who is his supervisor, and Aaron also spoke to the meeting about how he has had to build Phil's confidence and develop him as a clinician and make sure that he actually has protected time to do the things that he finds difficult. He explained how Phil has developed his abilities in creating rapport with his patients and the excellent feedback that he gets from all of his patients. It was incredibly inspiring to hear how Phil, with Aaron's support, has evolved a strong working plan that gives space for Phil to see patients and still keep up with his admin, which involves him using specialist software. Phil talked to us about being very keen for the electronic health record to arrive because that's going to make his note-taking much easier, and he thinks it will enable him to see more patients better. It was a really interesting conversation with board members who valued the operational insight from Phil about working with both dyslexia and ADHD. Massive thanks to Phil and to Aaron for everything they do. We then moved on to Lance's report, which covered activity over the last few months. And we had a report back on really good progress with the PAHT 2030 objectives. We heard the new hospital announcement that our project will be fully funded, and absolutely amazing news for all of us. And we will, of course, share the further details when it arrives from the new hospital programme, although we don't yet have those. So as soon as we have them, we'll make sure that you are kept informed of what's happening. We also had the brilliant feedback, for me, possibly the best of all the things at the board meeting, about lifting the conditions by the CQC. That, for me, is really important because it just shows how amazingly everyone has responded to those restrictions on our licence and how we have actually moved forward and improved our services in emergency and urgent care, and that this has now been recognised by the CQC, a really good platform to build our future. We also covered the industrial action both in the past but also in the future. Really proud to be able to say that there were no significant safety issues caused by the recent strikes, and that the planning for the strikes next week are well underway now. We had committee reports from each of our committee, and they highlighted the issues where the chairs felt that there was a need for the board to have a view of the operational issues facing the organisation. We talked about safer staffing, which show enormous improvement in terms of stability of our staffing levels and demonstrate an increase in care time for all of our patients, both of which are great outcomes. We talked about the electronic health record. We couldn't not after Phil's original introduction to us. We have the project moving now into the planning phase. We've appointed the supplier and we're now moving into the planning stage. We'll have the main launch in mid-July across all of our sites. Please keep an eye open for details. It is going to truly revolutionise the way we work, and the more you are involved and the more you understand early on, the better off we'll be. We talked about the Community Diagnostic Centre, which will provide integrated care diagnoses closer to people's homes. And we will have extended time of day appointments so that people can come even if they're working. They can come late afternoon, early evening. Programme is on track and a procurement partner has been appointed, and we're moving ahead with that as fast as we can because we know that will improve care for our patients. We had a really important revised integrated performance report. It's a key document and it pulls together all of the wide range of data that we have to know about PAHT, its performance and its development. We've altered the format and the layout so that actually all of the board were very clear that the new format was much easier to read and to see the key points and improvements that they covered. It makes us much easier for the non-execs to ask challenging questions of the execs around performance. If you want to have a look at the new IPR, please do have a look at the board papers on our website, and you can see it. It is a really interesting document about how we're doing overall. So finally, a big thank you, as always, to all of our PAHT people for their ongoing hard work and commitment to patient care, and congratulations on the way that those that your hard work has been reflected in things like the CQC judgment. I know things are still very tough and challenging. I know we have a strike, another junior doctors strike coming up. I know that the weather this week is due to be incredibly hot and clammy and stuffy, but thank you all of you for keeping going. I know that you're doing the most amazing job for patients. Our next public board is taking place on the 5th of October at KO Park, and you're all very welcome to attend. I really hope some of you will come along. Our AGM is taking place at noon on the 6th of July at KO. Please come along to that too, and we're offering sandwiches for lunch if you come to that one. Finally, I'm looking forward to seeing lots of you at the This Is Us week. Last year, we, the board, won the games, so please come along and make sure we don't win again. The details of when the games are taking place are all on AlexNet. Thanks, everyone.